Yeah. Ain't no fucking way I'm going back. Got way too much shit to take care of. And I'm having way too much fun pissing y'all off. It's starting to look real rough out here for y'all. It's just the beginning too. Yeah, come on, come on. I ain't going back, Splitting five, I make doubles. I ain't going back, To when there was no rush, just rustle. I ain't going back, To when mom cries so much, let the puddle. I ain't going back, But I stay tapped into that hustle. I ain't going back, Splitting five, I make doubles. I ain't going back, To when there was no rush, just rustle. I ain't going back, To when mom cries so much, let the puddle. I ain't going back, But I stay tapped into that hustle. I go way harder than most of y'all. If one of y'all die, wouldn't toast to y'all. I don't really care to get close to y'all. I live in the gym, I'm supposed to ball. Mom was applying for the food stamps. Every night studio boot camps. All I had then was a lot of free time. She grinding my mind in my two hands. And the same confidence that I have right now was more back then, to be honest. Before the world got a hold of me and started controlling me, now I'm more tapped into the comments than I should be. I admit that. So fuck y'all, give me my dick back. Middle finger gift wrap for the chit chat. And to anyone thinking I should quit rap, I ain't going back. Nah. Splitting five, I make doubles. I ain't going back.
Alright, welcome in everybody. I just thought I'd boost up the energy a little bit with some good old Russ. Like I said in my last full vlog, we're literally just documenting the process now. And all I'm doing right now is I'm doing a little bit of social media management. We're going to go over my analytics, my views. I'm going to talk about cumulative results. It's a term I'm trying to coin. We're going to watch a video or two on YouTube. We're going to learn together. We're going to watch videos that I've never seen before. I have them pre-picked out. As you can see, I have all my tabs open. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about engagement. We're going to go over my Wealthsimple investments. I'm going to share the stocks that I'm investing in and maybe inspire some of you to open up a Wealthsimple or Questrade account. But yeah, basically, we're going to dive in right now. I'm going to make my face a lot smaller because it's really not about staring at this at all. We're just going to get me visible in the bottom here. Alright, so where do we want to start? Let's start with social media management. So cumulative results is this thing that I've been noticing in my own statistics and my own stats. So right now we're on my professional dashboard for Facebook. This is something that becomes available to you when you switch your account to a professional account and you're actually working towards monetization. So I don't just post Facebook videos for fun. Like, every video is towards these weekly challenges that I can never seem to finish, but it goes towards monetizing the account. And basically, as you can see here where my mouse is right here, this video is at 237 views. That one's at 282 views. This one's at 221 views. Some of them are at like 500. But really the average number here is about 250, 300 views. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but it tracks your analytics every 28 days in Facebook. And as you can see, I almost pointed at it with my actual finger like you're here. But as you can see, I'll circle it with my mouse here. This is the 26,601 views that I've gotten in the past 28 days. And you might be asking yourself, well, where are these views coming from if your video has only got like 250, 300 views? Well, for one, I post a lot of videos, so it adds up. Second, carousel posts, image posts, Facebook statuses, they all count as viewed pieces of content that Facebook accounts for in their analytics. So right now Facebook is my highest performing social media platform, probably because I'm the most active on it, so it goes hand in hand. But if we go over to Instagram, in the past 30 days it counts it, I've gotten 4,683 views. You can see more minor analytics, like whether it came from reels or stories or posts, and for me it's 76% reels. And basically, you look at your analytics. This is TikTok now, 4,500 views in the last 28 days. And then YouTube, I'm up to 10,000 total views on my channel. But let's go into analytics here. Yeah, I'm sitting at 4,600 views in the last 28 days on YouTube. And we're going to add all that up. And this is where we're going to see the cumulative add up. Cumulative just means slowly going up. So 4,600 plus 4,500 plus 4,683 plus the big one, 26,601. 26,601. So in the past 30 to 28 days, I've gotten 40,384 views on my content. I'm not monetized. I don't have huge followings. I don't have super high engagement. Engagement's what we'll talk about next. But I'm getting eyes on me. People are seeing me. And eventually I'll become familiar to them where they'll feel more inclined to engage. And I know because that's happening in certain avenues on the internet already. And this is something that's important to track in your content creation journey, not just for knowing how many views you got, but you can know if you had a down month or an up month, or if you put a lot of work in that month and you got a lot of views, and maybe you didn't create a lot and you didn't get a lot of views, and you get in sync with your process, and you get to understand what you can handle, what's too much and what's not too much. Going back to engagement, on my Facebook posts, I get anywhere from 3 to 5 to 10 likes on any given piece of content. But this is the content creator community. It's a private group that I paid to be a part of because I paid for courses. This is all from watching YouTube videos. I found the content creator YouTube channel, and then I signed up for their course, and then their course gave me access to this Facebook group that you need a password to join, and you can only get that password by paying for the courses. So we're all in this community. You can see me right here. We're all in this community together, learning and growing. And it's been pretty amazing, and everybody puts up really good content. And there's people with like 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers in this group that are still asking questions. So the humility is really there, and it really is my community. So as you can see, I posted this post talking about why you should use AI as a business assistant. I posted it 1 hour ago. It's at 13 likes. And this is one that I posted, I think it was, how long? It was yesterday. And this is a post about how I upgraded my gear, taking the next step from going from a phone to actual cameras for content creation. 67, 68 likes and 33 comments. So when I'm talking to my crowd and I'm talking to my people and people that are actually listening, I tend to have more of a voice, and I'm exercising this voice in communities like this, trying to network and gain people into my personal channels and my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook account, so that I can speak to my people on all platforms. But when you're a small creator, I highly suggest joining communities and gaining your voice there, because that's where you're going to be more heard. That's where people that are actually trying to aspire to the same things as you are actually chilling. So yeah, that's like engagement and social media management for the day. This video's got me curious. Dan Martelli is a very successful personal brand. We're going to watch a video on the 7 wealth killers that no one talks about. With no direction or intention to learn anything specific, I've taken almost all my information completely passively, and I just learn as I go. So we're going to learn together here.
I'm going to share the 7 wealth killers that no one is talking about. Most people think it's credit cards and caramel lattes. It's not, because the first wealth killer keeping you broke is saving money. Rich people have learned to let money flow through them. They don't hoard money. They don't collect money. They use it to reinvest in themselves, in their business. That is the big mistake that most people make. They don't want to spend on the right things because they're so worried they're going to make the wrong decision, so they make no decision. When I was 23 building my first company, I spent all my extra money paying for for speed. I needed to move faster. It's why I hired my first coach, Bob. He was a certified E-Myth coach, and he taught me how to build the business. I could have learned it. It would have took me 10 years. Instead, he took 35 years of experience building and exiting his company and put it into a blueprint and gave it to me. I moved very fast. Broke people use money to impress. Rich people use money to invest. Invest in their skills to become more valuable, their business so they can get more customers, their team so they can get more time back. When you invest, you show the universe that you're not here to hoard. A couple years ago, I was talking to my assistant and I realized I had millions of loyalty points. And it occurred to me that I knew better. So I told her, I said, in the next 12 months, we're going to take those 30 million points across all the different programs I had and use them to bless people, to bless my team, to bless my family, for my own travel if I need them, but to keep them to myself, because I was playing this weird game of collecting points, was not going to serve or tell other people that I was participating in the economy. One of the easiest ways to invest in yourself for free are videos like this. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. But once you started investing in yourself, most people get lost on direction. Which brings us to wealth killer number 2, diversification. One time I was on a call with a client and they were having a hard time progressing in their business. And when I dug deep, I found out not only did they have one business, they actually had 3 businesses. The worst part is the one business was the rich uncle to the 2 others that were sucking all the profit from the first one and creating the most distraction. Most people think that wealth creation requires diversification. The problem is that it actually takes concentration.
And you're going to see that in my investment portfolio. It's very concentrated. It's very 3 picks, 2 ETFs and 1 stock, a little bit of crypto. And what he's talking about with investing is totally true. Like right now, I invested $2,000 the other day into all this new equipment that I'm getting that is going to just upgrade the shit out of my vlogs and my whiteboard sessions and all my content, reels, TikToks, everything. And I'm also investing with Wealthsimple, with a private broker, with 0 commission fees, paying fees to no one, getting full profits off my investments, into smart investments like Apple, the S&P 500, BMO All Equity ETF, Ethereum, and I have a lot of gadgets and I have a lot of gear and I have a lot of stuff that I've invested into myself, but I'm still wearing a $12 shirt from Amazon and the same hat that I've owned for 3 years and cheap sweatpants that I bought in a 5-pack and wear over and over again every day. And you guys see me all the time. Like I'm hardly ever wearing a dress shirt. Like I'm most of the time in a black toque and a black hoodie, just doing my thing. But like low key, I got money. I got my shit together. I got some success on the way. I got some momentum. But I feel no need to spend it on materialistic things. And yeah, back to diversification.
Diversification is diversification. The mistake most people make that kills wealth is starting multiple businesses at the same time because they have a fear of failing in any one of them and they don't know which one is actually going to be the winner. This morning, I was wrapping up a hike with a bunch of founders, and as I was leaving, one of the entrepreneurs ran after me to ask me a question. And just by the way they were asking about, should I partner with this person? Should I do this? I was just like, what's your revenue at top line for the year total? And I thought he was going to say like 3 or 4 million. He said 90,000. If you're at 90,000 and you're talking to me about multiple businesses, you don't even have a company. You probably barely make enough money to live. You're distracted by multiple businesses and you think you're an entrepreneur. You're not. You're using diversification. Stop it. But being broke isn't always about your behavior. Which brings us to the 3rd wealth killer, stagnant friends. I grew up in a small town, east coast of Canada, 100,000 people. And at the time, everybody was nice. I really loved everybody around me. I felt like they were friends and they were supportive. The challenge is that as I continued to want to be better and grow, I noticed that they weren't on that same path. What used to be them cheering me on because they wanted to see me try, as soon as I actually started succeeding, all of a sudden now what I was doing was too much. And what I discovered is you're not the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You're the average of the 5 people you allow to influence you. If your friends don't have what you want, don't do what they do. So what I suggest to people that want to create real wealth is to do a friend inventory. At the beginning,
Low key, I've very much been through this myself with the people that I grew up around. I just call it small town syndrome. And there's an emo punk rock band called The Day to Remember. And they make great music about hating your hometown. And if you want to vent or listen to that shit, I highly recommend it. But yes. Anyway, I think we're done with this video for now. It's like a 12-minute long video, and we're already 15 minutes into my video. So, no more YouTube reactions. The last thing that I have to show you is my investment portfolio, and I'm going to show you how a compound interest calculator works. And I'm going to leave the link to this compound interest calculator, and I'm going to leave the link to Wealthsimple in this video, at least in Facebook and YouTube. And I'm not showing you my investments to show you that I have a little bit of money saved up. I'm showing you my investments to show you what you can do in less than a year, because when it's not even September yet. When September hits, that will be my first full year of actively investing every single month. And I've already earned at lowest an 8% return and at highest a 14% return since I started investing. And my money has grown substantially compared to what I actually invested. And I'm going to show you how that math works on this compound interest calculator so that you can understand that regardless of your budget or how much money you make, that you can pretty much pull this shit off too. And if you've ever wondered if there's just a magic website that's going to make you money, it's called investing websites. So like Questrade, Wealthsimple, TD, or CIBC if you want to go with an actual bank, but we all know that I hate banks. But anyway, we're in here now. So this was at $10,000, a much more impressive number, like 3 hours ago, but it looks like we're sitting at $9,997 right now. 6% return all time. In the past year, or what's been almost a year, you can see it starts in September. Right there in small letters it says September. And then, so we're almost a full year into investing, and I've gotten an 8% return overall. But some months have been higher at 14%. Just remember that this is an average number. So if you think 7% is low, then you should see what your savings account at the bank gives you. It's like 0.05%. But I hold all my stocks in a TFSA, and I'll tell you why. You can do this in a non-registered account, but you'll have to pay taxes every time you take money out from yourself, money that you've grown in the stock market. Every time you cash out some money, you pay taxes on it. But with a tax-free savings account that is set up to have holdings instead of a built portfolio for you, most people think of a TFSA as like a pre-built package of bonds and stocks that the bank has picked for you that will guaranteed grow at a 4% return. You can have that kind of TFSA. I used to have that kind of TFSA in Wealthsimple, but I changed it to a holding account so that the only thing that's counting my TFSA contributions is my Apple stock, my VOO, my S&P 500 ETF, and my ZEQT, aka the BMO All Equity ETF, which is 70% S&P 500. Apple and S&P 500 here, VOO, I'm trading in US dollars, the strongest currency in the world, even still with all the economic stuff going on. And then ZEQT is basically the same as a VOO, just in Canadian dollars. And I have a little bit less invested on it, but I should put in more because it's been doing pretty well lately. And that's really literally it, guys. Like Apple, VOO, ZEQT, and my money works for me. I don't have to work for it. And I've done the calculations on this. I am making money faster than the rate of inflation is going up. Just in my first year, just by putting in $500 here, $500 there, $500 here, $500 there, and then eventually you've made $3,500 off the $7,000 that you put in, and that brings us to the compound interest calculator. So if you guys remember one of my whiteboard sessions, I did this, but you couldn't actually see it. This is so you can actually see it. This is the main thing that inspired me to do this video, and I'm saving it for last because only the most engaged viewers are actually going to take action on this. So this one's a goodie for you right at the end of the video. So basically your initial investment is going to be $1,000 because everybody can come up with $1,000 at least in 2 to 3 months. Monthly contribution, you're going to put in $250, let's say, every month. You're going to do that for 15 years. And let's say you make my rate. Let's say you make 8% every single year. it's very likely that you'll do better than that on more than half of your years, but you have to lowball yourself here. So your $1,000 invested plus $250 a month at 15 years times 8% interest rate, you're sitting at $84,000. Now, that might not sound a lot to you, but it's $84,000 you didn't have before. And as you can see on the chart here, the green line is how much money you put in. The red line is how much money you made. So on the 15th year, you've put in $46,000 and you've doubled your money, and you're sitting at $84,628. So you've doubled your money. So let's say you can do better than that. Let's say you drop $3,000 in. You invest $500 a month. You do that for 15 years at 8%. Now you're sitting with $172,429, and you've actually closer to tripled your money off of investments. You've put in $93,000 and you made $172,000. So as you can see, you want to hoard as much money as you possibly can into your investment account, because it's fucking gonna grow. Like, a lot of people say, oh, what if the stock goes down? What if the stock goes down? Out of the 100% of successful stocks in the world, 96% of them continue to go up pretty much no matter what. It goes down throughout the day. It goes up. It goes down. I want you to look at me for this one. I'm going to break this down for you. Super easy. Okay. So the stock goes up and then down a little bit, and then up higher, then it went down, and down a little bit, and then up higher. So every time it goes down, you don't go, oh shit, it went down. You get excited because you know it's about to go up even higher. And that, my friends, is the video.